Imagine waking up one morning and finding an entire town completely gone. No bodies, no signs of violence, no screams, nothing. Just one mysterious word carved into wood: Croatoan. This is not a horror movie. This actually happened in America over 400 years ago. And even today, nobody truly knows what happened to the lost colony of Roanoke. Welcome to Curious Paradox. The story begins in the late 1500s. At that time, England wanted to expand its power and build colonies in the New World, what we now call America. So in 1587, around 115 English settlers arrived on Roanoke Island, located in present-day North Carolina. Men, women, and even children were part of the journey. Their leader was a man named John White. The settlers hoped to build a new life, a peaceful English colony in America. At first, things seemed normal, but there was one big problem. They were running out of food and supplies. The colony was struggling to survive. So the settlers begged John White to return to England and bring back help. White agreed, but he had no idea that this decision would lead to one of the greatest mysteries in American history. John White sailed back to England in late 1587. But something unexpected happened. England suddenly entered war with Spain. Because of the war, almost every ship in England was being used for battle. That meant John White couldn't return to Roanoke immediately. Days turned into months. Months turned into years. For 3 long years, the settlers on Roanoke Island were completely alone. No supplies, no communication, no rescue. Imagine how terrifying that must have been. An unknown land, dense forests, strange wildlife, and no guarantee of survival. Finally, in 1590, John White managed to return to Roanoke Island. But what he found there shocked him forever. Part 3. The Disappearance. When White arrived at the colony, everything was silent. No people, no movement, no fires burning. The entire settlement was abandoned. The houses had been taken apart. Tools and belongings were missing. But strangely, there were no signs of a battle. No blood, no dead bodies, no graves. It was as if the entire colony had simply vanished. Then White noticed something carved into a wooden post, the word Croatoan, and on a nearby tree, the letters CRO. Now here's where things get even stranger. Before White had left years earlier, the settlers agreed on a secret plan. If they ever had to leave the colony in danger, they would carve a cross symbol as a warning. But no cross was found. That suggested the settlers may have left willingly. But where did they go? And why were they never seen again? The most popular theory involves a nearby Native American tribe called the Croatoans. Historians believe the settlers may have joined the tribe in order to survive. Some reports from later years claim that certain Native Americans had gray eyes and spoke a few English words. Could they have been descendants of the lost colonists? It's possible, but there's no solid proof. And if the settlers truly joined the Croatoans, why was there no official record of it? Why did every trace of the colony disappear? Not everyone believes the colony survived. Some historians think the settlers were attacked and killed by hostile tribes. Others believe disease and starvation slowly wiped them out. But there's another disturbing theory. Some researchers think the settlers may have tried to sail away by themselves and died at sea. Remember, these people were trapped in a dangerous environment with limited food and no support. Desperation can make people do risky things. But again, there's no evidence, no shipwreck, no remains, nothing. And that's what makes this mystery so terrifying. Over 100 people disappeared without leaving behind answers. One of the settlers living in Roanoke was a baby girl named Virginia Dare. She became famous because she was the first English child born in America. But after the colony disappeared, Virginia vanished too. Nobody knows what happened to her. Over the centuries, stories and legends began to spread. Some people claim she survived and lived among native tribes. Others believe she died young. Her fate became one of the biggest symbols of the Roanoke mystery, a child born in a new world, lost forever in history. Even today, archaeologists continue searching for clues. Excavations have uncovered small objects connected to English settlers. Maps from John White himself have been re-examined. Some researchers believe the colonists moved inland to survive. Others still believe the mystery may never be solved. Because after more than 400 years, most evidence is gone forever. Nature erased the truth, and history stayed silent. The lost colony of Roanoke became America's first great mystery. It represents fear of the unknown. Imagine leaving civilization behind, crossing the ocean into an unexplored world, and then disappearing from history completely. No final message, no explanation. Just one strange word carved into wood, Croatoan. That single word has haunted historians for centuries, and maybe it always will. So what do you think really happened to the Roanoke colony? Did the settlers join another tribe? Were they killed? Or did something even stranger happen in the forests of early America? Comment your theory below. And if you enjoy real, unsolved American mysteries, subscribe to Curious Paradox, because sometimes the scariest stories are the true ones.